Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Okami HD for the PC. Now, if you remember our last episode, we did start the opening cinematic. We went all the way through it, and we finally have gotten some control now. Now, of course, I forgot to get to that opening save point, which would have taken, I don't know, like 30 more seconds to get to, so I had to do the entire opening sequence again, just to get back to this point. All 25 minutes of it, which is completely unskippable. Twitch. 11 years, you think they would have been able to give you an option to skip the cinematics? Anywho, so, the only thing we're missing between those two episodes is a little bit of dialogue of Isun talking about when we get into the Shadow Realm and how to save. Whatever. So let's get right into it. And I will let it load. And as you can see here, I did get the mini games working. There is actually an option in the PC version to turn the mini games off, I guess, so you don't have to focus on them or anything. I don't know. The mini games, of course, are useful to get you demon fangs, which we'll talk about later. Another thing that's interesting here is, as you can see, you have mouse, which is why you get such a smooth camera. You don't have to fight for the camera too much. So you have mouse control camera, although you have to go into the settings and do inverted because, of course, the default is the quote traditional inverted settings, which I always hate. So at least they give you the option to fix that. Now, before we get through the tutorial here, there is actually something that I want to start before every episode of Okami, or at least generally hit on with as many episodes as possible. Being that this is the mythology track here of the Professor's channel, I want to talk about some of the mythology of this game. Because, as I said last episode, Okami is drenched in Japanese folklore. Absolutely soaking in it. Yes, soaking in it. So, I'm going to try to hit, at least for right now, 2 to 3 characters that have already been brought up. That I might have made some comments on before, whatever. At least until we catch up, and then I will generally comment on them as we meet them. Now, as I was saying, 2 or 3 characters, we got, I don't know what, 6 or 7 already, just before we even hit the tutorial. So, I'm going to start with just a couple of characters that are mentioned, but don't have a big to-do with the game. They're only going to be ever background characters, but I just figure it's a lot easier to start with them than necessarily the ones we've already got, because I'll just hit those next episode. And that would be the characters mentioned back 100 years ago in the game, back when Orochi was defeated. That would be the swordsman Nagi and his paramour, or his girlfriend, Nami. Now, those two, this is the English shortened version. They are, of course, references to the gods, or, insofar as Shinto has gods, of Izanagi and Izanami. Izanagi, who is our swordsman, is known as Izanagi no Mikoto, he who invites. And what he does is he and Izanami are while Amaterasu does create a lot for Japan, actually Izanagi and Izanami are those who helped birth a lot of the islands. The actual islands of Japan themselves. Izanagi then also goes on to being just kind of there. He doesn't have a huge he doesn't have as huge of a role in Japanese mythology as even his sister wife, yes, sister wife. It's mythology. Of course, it's incest. Uh, he doesn't actually do a heck of a lot afterwards. Whereas Izanami is the Grim Reaper, if you will, of Japanese mythology. Izanagi is just sort of a hero figure. He does help create Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi and Susanoo, those three will definitely mention a lot in the future. So he's sort of a Zeus figure there, but other than that, he's just kind of in the background. He's just there. He's of course given the all the rights and privileges of a major deity, but other than that, he's just kind of oddly enough, if you want to think about it this way, he's like Persephone, where because his bride, his spouse, is the ruler of the underworld. He's just sort of there. Whereas, like in Greek mythology, Hades is the ruler of the underworld. He marries Persephone, and Persephone is just sort of there. Granted, she is sort of a demigoddess of nature, and she's why we have 6 months of winter, that kind of thing. But after her major tale, she's just sort of there. The same thing kind of goes with Izanagi. As mentioned before, Izanami, who my cat always seems to twitch because, of course, we named her that. She is traditionally known as the goddess of death. She's also the goddess of life because she helps beget the actual Japanese islands, but after that, she becomes the goddess of death. And as such, she's sort of she's like I said, she's that Grim Reaper figure. She kind of becomes the, who you meet in the underworld, and the fairy or the spirits there. Why we named our cat Izanami is she's also traditionally have quite a fondness for cats. So when me and my roommate initially got Izanami, we named our cat Izanami because it was funny. Because hey, she's a cat, and we're anime nerds, so of course we'll name her something Japanese. That kind of thing. So that. I'm sorry for that little shrill bit there. That is the origin behind Nagi and Nami, the characters. Now, we'll go on in a little bit to some of the other ones. I believe... Let's see. We met Orochi, we saw the sword Tsukuyomi, we met Sakuya, and then there's Amaterasu and Isun. So we've got like 5 more pieces to mention. But, like I said, I kind of want to hit about 2 at a time so I don't end up overloading the entire Let's Play with 5 or 10 minutes of talk. Which, hey, the point of a lot of my Let's Plays is to give you historical, cultural information as well as the Let's Plays. But you're here for the video games, so let's not get let's not confuse ourselves on that. But anyway. So let's go on here. We are now going on the tutorial of saying, hey, we got to break all the pots. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Because, it's a Japanese video game. Actually, it's a video game. So breaking pots to get money is, hey, Oh, boink. Whoops, I guess I was too far away. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that any time you see something you can break. So you get money. Little yen coin. Boink. Boink. Shovel. Shovel. Now, you can't do that to the plants. And you can do that to the rocks, you just don't get anything for them. You can't. I don't think you can break those. There are trees that you can do that to, that you can shake them down for money. Whoa, whoa. Hold on back, furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press space to jump. Let's break the 4th wall. Press space again to do a wall jump. Breaking the 4th wall is fun. Make sure you press it firmly so you can jump really high. See this next slide? Just come on. Whatever. And there's your wall jump. You basically just jump into the wall and go boink. Yeah. I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places, so keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any treasure. You know, I don't know why I decided to give him a Sans voice. I just think it was funny for Isun because he's basically kind of this sort of like, he's kind of like this Sans kind of character. He's laid back at the same time. He's kind of a jerk. And, you know, I think the parallel there. All right, so let's just break pots, get money. You know, the old Legend of Zelda method. Let's see if there's any pots down there. Okay. Hey, look, there's a box. What's in the box? It's a bone, because, you know, you're a wolf. So bone, right? Haha! It's a joke! Get it? You obtained holy bone. Your favorite snack. Alright, so it says 3. Let's see. I think you bark. Yeah, if you bark, you show your health. And that's what I mean by solar energy. Up there in the upper left, you have 3 hit points, which actually, it's not a 1-to-1 hit point. They sort of go down with each hit. But it's a 3 full units, so you can use that for health, basically. We break the stuff, we break the stuff, the facts of life, the facts of life. I don't know. Alright, so we got that stuff. Looks like the bridge is out. Yes, but this shouldn't be so hard. I'm Amaterasu, was it? Now here's the thing. You're named Amaterasu. Isun is an idiot. And that's the way he plays for last, but you'd think she's named Amaterasu because Sakuya called her that. So you'd think he'd be like, I'm not saying that he puts 2 and 2 together, because Sakuya is shown in this game to be the only person, because she's a spirit, that can see your true form. Everybody else, you're just a white wolf. But, you know, you think he would like be a little bit nicer about the name Amaterasu. It's not given lightly to people. In fact, I don't think in Japanese culture you can give anybody a divine name. Although, granted, she is Amaterasu no Okami because she has the extra, like, you know, tack on the end. But I don't even think you can give anybody the name Amaterasu. Right, they shortened the name, but I mean, they kind of like, you know, like, eat. I don't know. I know Japanese isn't as like, absolutely critical on names as some cultures. I mean, they are in their own ways, but that's why they have the appendages, the little taglines you add to names in order to give them up and down the sort of respect scale. So that's it. That's kind of long. Mind if I call you Annie? See, that's what I mean. He's short. So whatever. Listen, Annie. You ever hear of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'll take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So here, he'll just do it for you. Blah. Come on. Hey, look. Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. There's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. Hint, 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 because it's all in red text. I've practiced really hard just to master this one technique. So, you know, that's basically implied. He is a wandering artist soon, meaning that he knows how to do paintings, and he's mastered a divine technique. But there are 13. Each one's a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. Hint, hint. When that deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us. Common, Japanese, well, actually any animist culture, really. I wouldn't say trope, but I'll have to use trope for lack of a better term right now. But God or no God, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? Well, yeah, you'll see. You'll see soon enough, Isun. Shaboink. River of the Heavens. The River of the Heavens? They mean that fabulous Stardust River? You mean, like, the Milky Way? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. Could be that little puddle over there, could it? Yeah, and you'll also see that he soon, not only does he provide the only actual, like, dialogue, because, you know, Amaterasu is kind of a wolf, at least in this form, so she can't talk, but he also is... Isune's kind of a dividing figure in Okami, because he's a lot like Navi. And everybody hates Navi. Okay, 99% of the universe hates Navi no, I said Navi with a V. A V. There's your old, I Afraid of the Dark reference there. Ha ha ha. Yeah, everybody hates Navi because he's an annoying little bug. And Isune kind of does that too. But as you can see, he kind of goes over the things that are interesting and should get attention, like he's doing right now. And then you examine that. It just, you know, it just says river heavens and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we go over there, and it's not, it looks like it's unfinished. I mean, what do we do? We swim and then try to die. But we don't, because it didn't create the river, so. Let's go up here. Maybe there's something up here. Okay, so you do gotta fight with the camera a little bit, looks like. Wow! Look at the stars twinkle! I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look! Are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. So yeah. As soon as your tutorial for the brush for right now, too. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press Control to hold the brush, then blank to draw. Thank you for breaking the fourth wall again, Isune. I just spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that. Oh, yes, I was hoping this was true. Oh, this is going to make things a lot better. I was worried that the controls where you would have to use the arrow keys to do the brush, but no, you can do it with the mouse, which is why I'm not going to use a controller now. Because, oh, look, I can like do this. I can do all sorts of patterns that doing it with the freaking PS2 controller was impossible. So, boop, there's the head. And a whole bunch of extra stardust. Oh, well, it's no just you sitting around thinking about it. This time, the greatest Isune's gonna put everything he has into it. Nope. Haha, I know this is the right way to do it. Why don't you do it, huh? Come on. Because it did all that extra goop. We bring a dragon. It's one of the 13. Yomigami! Yes, Yomigami. Now, each of the 13 brush gods are all based off of Japanese folklore as well, because, of course, they are. See? Yomigami. Oh, it's Yomigami. No. Or at least they're based off the 13, the Zodiac as well. Dragon being one of the 12, because the Japanese Zodiac borrows from the Chinese Zodiac, because Japanese culture borrows like 80% of Chinese culture. So anyway, I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten, I, Yomigami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men, and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Now, Yomi itself, Yomi is actually the Japanese name for the underworld. So, the quote god of rejuvenation with the underworld, that does have its own kind of things there because, after all, Japanese folklore is a renewal-based underworld as well. So that could be actually the reference there, because the brush gods are all based off the Chinese/Japanese zodiac, but most of them are also based off of characters or ideas in Japanese folklore as well. Like I said, we'll go over each of those as we meet them, especially the brush gods, because we only meet them once. So now you got to do it at that time. Oh crud! I just skipped over almost all of that. Where we were saying, oh, maybe you could use the thing of rejuvenation to go use to go restore the river of the heavens. Maybe you could do that. Nah, couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Because you're a jerk. Hey, we got an achievement for that. Oh, is this going to be where you get an achievement for each of the brush gods? Probably. Yeah, I don't think you do the double thing yet. Yeah, River of the Heavens. It's one thing to fix a bridge, but fixing a starry river? I'm sorry I keep skipping through dialogue. I'm supposed to be showing it to you, but, it's the first time I've played this on PC. It's also the first time I've played this in a while. So, I'm not sure when it's showing you dialogue you've already gone through. So I will be better about that. There's no way you could pull off a stunt like that. But hey, it's tutorial. That means I gotta learn too, right? Okay, so control, and then... Oh, no, we're not close enough yet. Because the interesting thing about this is you actually got to play with the camera a little bit for some of these techniques. Whoa! A river of stardust? So this really must be the River of Heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the darn thing? So you already suggested maybe we could use rejuvenation on it, but then when we use rejuvenation on it, you're completely blind to it. Whatever, Ithun. Okay, so we just did this. We are going to put a pause in here because it's just about the 20. I'm trying to keep these chunks to about 20 to 30 minutes. So we're gonna go save. We're gonna pick up a little bit more money. And just trust me, you need a heck of a lot of money in this game just to buy some of the techniques. And we'll save here. And then we'll save here. Alright, so as you can see here, it's been about 20 minutes. Alright, so we're going to leave that here. The reason I'm also saving it now is because there'll be a big chunk through that whole tutorial, and this is the only save point in that entire tutorial. So just wanted to go through that really quickly. We did meet Yomigami there. We've got the first technique, which will be coming in handy. And I don't believe we do get a second technique, I believe, or at least another way to use things. So, alright, that is something to look forward to in our next episode, as well as commentary on some of the other characters we've already met. So, I hope you have a very excellent rest of your day. And with that, class dismissed.